In this video, we've picked the best demolition jackhammers after actually putting them to work, breaking concrete slabs, digging trenches, removing tile, and more. We didn't just read specs or reviews, we used each one to understand how they perform under different kinds of jobs. Because the best tool depends on what you're doing. Whether it's heavy-duty demolition or lighter renovation work, this list is built to help you choose the right one for your specific needs, with honest feedback on what each model does well and where it makes the most sense to use. At number 5, the Berserker 1700W SDS-Max demolition jackhammer delivered more than we expected during testing. We ran it through solid concrete flooring, broke through a few cinder block walls, and even used it to open a trench across a compacted driveway. The 1700-watt motor gives you up to 2,100 blows per minute and 45 joules of impact force, which makes it suitable for heavy demolition. But what stood out most is how manageable it felt for its power class. It weighs about 25 pounds, and the dual rotating handle setup made a big difference when switching from horizontal to vertical work. The SDS-Max system worked well, every bit locked in securely, and we had zero issues with slipping or jammed chisels. Its anti-vibration design, with internal springs and an air cushion, helped more than expected. After about 35 to 40 minutes of use, we still felt in control with minimal fatigue. It's not the most compact or lightweight jackhammer, but it fits right in for users who want strong impact with a little more comfort and flexibility, especially if you're tackling foundation-level projects or outdoor trenching as a homeowner or light-duty pro. At number 4, the eneacro SDS-Max demolition jackhammer fills a specific role and does it very well. We used it for ceiling tile removal, interior wall demo, and chipping decorative concrete, and it held up without a single hiccup. The motor is rated at 11 amps and delivers 4,100 BPM with just under 16 joules of force. This is clearly a mid-duty tool, but the key advantage is its weight, just under 13 pounds. That lighter body made a huge difference during overhead work and when using it one-handed around corners or tighter spaces. What impressed us was the thought put into the design: a rubber-padded handle that cuts vibration, a front housing that resists heat buildup, and a very responsive chuck system that made switching bits fast. The speed is fixed, but it's optimized for its power range. It didn't bog down in our tests. It's not built for deep concrete slab demolition, but it's ideal for plumbers, electricians, and remodelers who need control and mobility for daily light to medium chipping work without extra bulk.
At number 3,
The VEVOR 3500W demolition jackhammer stood out as the most powerful tool in our lineup. We took it into the field to break down a thick concrete staircase and to dig trenches through a slab and brick combination, jobs that needed real force. It delivers 60 joules of impact and runs at 1,900 BPM. That's industrial-grade force, and in our testing it showed. It plowed through solid material without hesitation, and the only thing that held us back was the bulk. It's heavy, and it feels heavy, but for what it's meant to do, it performs. The 360-degree handle is necessary at this size, and it helped manage positioning when we were working in tighter areas. The alloy chuck is solid and reliable, and even after multiple bit changes, it didn't loosen or wear down. The vibration control isn't advanced, but the double spring setup did take the edge off during longer sessions. If you're doing slab breaking, concrete trenching, or site prep, and speed matters more than precision, this jackhammer gives you serious output at a price that's hard to beat. At number 2, the xtremepowerUS 2200W Demolition Jackhammer has been a proven model for years, and it still holds up. We used it for breaking apart sidewalks, opening access around utility lines, and clearing a block retaining wall. It has a 2200-watt motor that puts out around 1,800 BPM, which gives it good power for concrete and brickwork, but what really stood out was its consistency. Even under load, it never surged or struggled. The 360-degree grip made a big difference during angled work, especially while trenching. It uses 1&1 8-inch hex shank bits, and the included chisels were durable enough to handle a full job. The build quality is rugged, not fancy, but dependable. There are no advanced vibration features or multi-speed controls, but it's simple, tough, and very capable. It's the kind of tool we'd recommend for homeowners who want a reliable concrete breaker that gets used a few times a year, or pros who need a backup they can count on. Compared to others on the list, it hits the middle ground. More raw power than the eneacro, easier to handle than the VEVOR 3500W. At number 1, the VEVOR 2200W electric jackhammer gave us the best overall performance for real-world demolition and trenching jobs. We used this one across multiple sessions, cutting slab, breaking through cement footers, and even taking down an old chimney base. It runs at 1,350 BPM and 2,200 watts, which gave us reliable and controlled power that didn't wear us out. The combination of the D-shaped rear grip, a rotating front handle, and vibration-absorbing features made a noticeable difference when working for longer periods. The chisels, a clay spade, scraping bit, flat and point, gave us options for every task, and we tested all 4. The scraping bit was especially useful for tile and floor adhesive removal. Bit locking was tight and secure, and the tool never overheated, even after back-to-back use. The maintenance oil port and case are thoughtful touches that made it easier to keep the tool in working shape. It's not the lightest or strongest, but it does everything well, which makes it the most balanced and user-friendly choice on this list. For most people, whether you're working on your own property or handling light professional jobs, this jackhammer gives you just the right amount of force, control, and comfort. If your focus is overhead or vertical tile and wall demo, the eneacro is your lightweight go-to. If you want controlled, heavy-duty power without going too bulky, the berserker is a strong contender. For jobs that demand maximum impact with no compromises, the 3500W VEVOR is unmatched in raw output. If you want reliable power in a straightforward, rugged tool, the xtremepowerUS won't let you down. But if you're looking for the best all-rounder, strong, stable, comfortable, and versatile, the VEVOR 2200W model is the one we'd recommend most confidently.